hear you. We hear you great, loud and clear.
Loud and
Um,
clear. Exactly.
Loud and clear. We hear Mike as well. Let's see. I'm going to add Mike from. Mike, can you hear us? One, two,
Yes.
three, one,
Hi,
two.
Mikey.
I
Good.
can
Oh,
see you now. I
And
just
looks
then,
like the problems are on my end. Wow.
yeah, it's on you. It's on your end.
Okay.
Um, it's probably your speakers, Mike. Yeah, it's probably your speakers. Well, we're gonna get
Okay, I have
started.
to clean everything and get back to you.
Okay. Okay. Um, who we had four submissions today. Hopefully, Mike is able to join us as well and hear us, and then he could share his app. If not, I'll share what he built on PyCafe. Um, Mike, would you like to go first, or do you prefer Alex go first?
which Mike.
Yeah, there's only you here now.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'll go get started. Mine is very simple, and let me say this: I was really pressed for time this week. Although I spent just a little side note, I spent about 10 hours working on a dashboard for work for a customer, and it's the first time I ever demonstrated my own dashboard to a customer, and
Wow.
it went over really well. So this weekly initiative really is helping my skills, and it takes a lot of practice for me. I'm not a quick learner, stuff. So, but what I did on this week was I noticed from your graph, Adam, that you provided, you can see the monthly fluctuations over the window of like 10 years.
Yeah.
And so, uh, let me share my screen. I just submitted this at the last minute. I'm
Oh. Uh,
Oh,
this happened last
I
time
can
as
hear.
well. That happened last time as well. When he wanted to share, he by accident left studio. So let's give him a minute, Alex, and he'll come back. He just probably just clicked the wrong button, the leave studio.
Maybe
Yeah.
it happened.
You had an early submission this week. Early submission.
Well, on Wednesday, early
Yeah, not too
Wednesday,
early, I
is there
guess.
exactly?
Yeah.
Uh, and basically, this data is really interesting because of a lot of measure.
Yeah.
Okay,
A lot of
he's
things.
back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you,
Yes.
Mike. You disappeared on us. We thought you were just too shy to continue.
Yeah. No. What happened was I meant to hit the share screen button and I hit the leave chat button.
Yeah.
It looks very simple. It's the right pointing arrow. Um, so how do I share my screen on this one?
Just don't click the red button.
Just don't click the red button. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Uh, is that it? I'm not seeing a share screen on here.
On my end, it looks like a TV with a plus sign inside of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. All right. So,
Let's see what we got.
okay, share the screen. So this is very simple, but you can see it now, I trust.
But it is very small. Are you able to make it like the whole screen?
Yeah, this is better. I think I can just enlarge it. Is that better?
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit better. Let me
Okay.
focus it here.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that. So anyway, I just want to look at the pattern by month and overlay the graphs of every year. Um, I actually want to do more than that, but this is like a really quick and dirty last minute job
oh, this
here.
is really cool. Now this is very indicative of the patterns per year. Well,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could see it in your plot, Adam. You know, I had the up and down
a
over
little
every
bit.
year.
Yeah,
So it's a predictable pattern for the most part. If you look at like coal usage, right? It's predominantly in most countries, nothing in Cyprus, but uh, like even in Finland, you can see kind of lower in the summer, higher in the winter. It's perhaps not as pronounced as I would have thought, but
Can we look at the difference between, Mike? Can we look at the difference between, for example, a North European country, the ones you had, Finland or Norway, or
Yeah.
Sweden, whichever. Okay.
Norway.
Oh, Norway doesn't have any demand.
Here's
Okay,
like
so the demand really drops, I see, in the summer versus how would it look like for a South European country like Portugal or Spain?
yeah,
Oh, so
yeah, definitely not as pronounced. Spain is pretty mild. Italy is pretty mild, right? Maybe you can see it more once you get up to like the UK, which is borderline between mild and cold, I guess.
I'm assuming, Mike, it's because in the summer, South European countries or Central European might need a lot more air conditioning and tools and energy so it's not that hot. But in like northern UK or northern Europe, they probably don't need
Yeah.
as much air conditioning during the summer. They can just do without any type of.
The one interesting one was renewables. That's where that goes up in the summer because I'm thinking solar is probably not very productive in the dark days of December and January in Northern Europe.
Why would it go up in the summer?
Oh, because that's going to power the air conditioners for one. And the second thing is it's the availability. Like the solar power that you can produce is going to be much lower in January than in July,
Okay,
especially in, well, this is Switzerland, but in many parts of Europe, the days get pretty short there in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah.
More so than New York or California. So a good example, Switzerland is relying on the renewables the most in, say, May through September. And then it should be the, gas,
maybe
but
coal or
coal. Anyway,
is there regular coal? No. But
it's right. Well, some of the more modern countries the trend is to drop the use of coal, right?
Yeah. I wonder, can you put France? Because France is really nuclear energy, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mainly nuclear.
Trying to see what kind of patterns I can see in France. Fossil fuel is
Only in the winter.
predominantly winter.
Yeah.
Again, you can see a little bit more in the rise of renewables. I don't know where wind is leading.
Nice.
Wind and solar. So
very nice.
I gotta tell you, I enjoy putting these together. It's becoming more fun as I get more of them under my belt.
How long did it take you to build this one in Dash?
Well, it took me. I probably spent like 2 or 3 hours last weekend just kind of cleaning the data the way I wanted it. And I ended up not even using all the data I processed. And then it took me maybe an hour and a half this morning to take what was my clean data set and just put it into a simple dashboard with, 2 pull downs and a PX line.
Nice.
And I fall back on your advice, Adam, which is like just put like one thing at a time on the dashboard and don't get too hung up on the form. Get it to be functional, and that serves me very well. But
good. Good.
Yeah, it's fun working on this stuff. It takes a bit for people like me to get over the learning curve, but still.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, Mike.
Yep. Okay.
Good.
I don't know if I would do anything actually differently in your app. Everything is pretty spot on. Maybe
I want to show you.
Yeah.
I want to show one thing in the code.
Yeah.
Especially what I got Alex here, because Alex, you were asking about the how much file size you could put up into Plotly Cloud, and I just want to give you a little tip. One tip is if you clean this data up in your local in your local system,
Mm-hmm.
and then save it to a compressed format like Parquet, and then in this
Mm,
mode, instead of reading, because this is an interesting exercise for where file size matters. I'm seeing we have a CSV file of 25 meg. Um, when I cleaned it and converted it down to a Parquet file, it's basically 400K.
Oh
So
wow.
es que
that not only
Parquet, mhm,
that
Parquet is
saves.
the way to go. Exactly. So que the problem, for instance, in PyCafe doesn't support Parquet. In this case, PlotlyCloud has is really good because Parquet is
Okay,
the way to go. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Alex, this surprise. I mean, I normally uses Polars, so I could never get into Cafe because they don't support the threading that Polars does. That's what I hear anyway. Um, they don't support Parquet. That is a surprise.
No, they don't support. I tried to do it last month that I made a dashboard in a challenge Himalaya, and the data size was bigger, let's say 200 or 200 megabytes, and
Yeah,
unfortunately I tried to do it in Parquet, and they don't. It's not.
that's that's a
It's weird. I don't know if they work with Pyodide. And Pyodide is like a demo, and they have, for instance, I use this in the last one. I use a library called RI or RE in the, and if you set in the requirement dot test xt, they don't recognize. They say, it's because it's a normal library that come with Python, and if you set in the requirement, they don't recognize. They say if give you an error. No, this we cannot import this library because, if you don't declare, let's say in that way, they recognize. And
but Alex, one thing is one thing I find surprising about that is Parquet is not a library. It's just a file format. You can
it's a
read it
file
from
format,
time to
exactly. It's a file format, and exactly, it's a file
they don't
format. But
support it. Okay,
no, I don't
all
know
right,
why. It's a file format, exactly. But
okay,
they
all
don't
right.
they don't recognize, because it's not only Parquet. There is another file format, feeder. I think is the name, feeder, that is normally used in machine learning because of that, a lot of data that you generate, and they also don't
I see.
don't support. I don't know
Oh,
if it changed, or I maybe I don't, I made another a wrong thing, but no. So that's the reason why I normally do as you are doing. Clean the data, select the data, and basically the main criteria is less than the 10 megabytes, very
I
less, because with CSV, because also that when you are working with CSV file, normally you show that the data maybe show you 8.8, 9.6, and if it's closer to the limit, don't work. It doesn't work. So you have to be very, very, very uh, strict with
What
your
I would
when you are
say,
doing.
Alex and Mike, if you have the time, um, now that we've released and we've recently very updated Plotly Cloud, which is free,
Mm-hmm,
early access users, and we'll have a free tier as well later. Um, I would use that. Like if you use Plotly Studio,
mm-hmm.
even easier. Hit the publish button, goes to cloud. If you don't use Plotly Studio and you just use Dash apps, perfectly fine. It's fit for Dash apps as well. You build a Dash app. The only thing you have to make sure is that you have the requirements.txt file. Like
Mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm.
see on PyCafe, you would say dash polars, any Python file. It's not limited, right? Dash polars and maybe something else. Um, and GUnicorn, have GUnicorn in the requirements.txt. And then in the app itself, the only thing you need to change is not forget to add server equals app.server, and that's it. And then you just upload those 2-3 files to Dash Cloud, Plotly Cloud, and you'll have a link that you can access on your computer, and you can make public if you want with others. So it is a very powerful product that I would
I'm
recommend.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Adam, I will certainly come onto Plotly Cloud. I didn't have time to do it this week, but I'm really looking forward to it. As someone who never used PyCafe, I'm looking forward to being able to share a link beyond just screenshots and things like that. So I'm excited about it, and I'm going to try to upload some of my older dashboards, and maybe it can help you a little bit with seeing if any bugs pop up. I know it's like on product, so
I think right now you can do up to like 4 apps. You can do as many as you want, but you can share up to 4 apps, and you're not limited to Parquet, and you're not limited to like only Pandas. So
yeah, no, that's plenty. I mean, I think you guys do great service for your users, and in turn, it's probably good. We can help a little bit with the the QA of that tool.
Cool, thank you, Mike. All right, so we do have 20 minutes left. Mike, if it's okay, I'm going to pass it along to Alex.
Please.
No, Mike.
Oh yeah,
go ahead.
Mike. Do you want? I see now you can now hear us with your speakers. Do you want to share the PyCafe that you built? The app on PyCafe that you built? Wait, no, your mic is not. Your mic is not working. You're off mute, so you're okay.
Is that working?
Yeah, now it is.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, just really quickly, because mine's not that detailed. It's a much lower level than Alex's.
No, imagine it's really good. Imagine.
Share screen. Share screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. It's actually not sharing in the backstage.
It's not showing?
No.
Okay, I forgot to. Entire screen. Allow.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
Let me load it. 1 second. Okay, we see it.
Okay, mine is pretty simple. I focused on one thing as well, just one graphic, basically. And I selected just generation side, electricity generation side. And I came up with this idea of buttons to choose which one. So when you choose renewables, then wind and solar comes out. Let's look at all of EU first. I left that one in here, EU. Just look at that one here. And so you can see the generation here.
Nice.
Okay. And if you want to drill down further, you can choose wind or solar, or both of them, and so on. I first had drop-down menus, connected drop-down menus. They didn't work. It was terrible. And so I went back to the drawing board and I looked, what could I do? So, hang on a second. Where was that back? The Ember. Hold on a second. Let me stop sharing for a second. I didn't open this up.
Take your time. Take your time.
Because I had to restart.
Because I know that the connecting the drop downs takes some time to do. So it's interesting that you decide not to do that, but do it through buttons. I'm interested in knowing how you did it with the buttons.
Yes. Okay. Share screen.
Really cool.
Share screen. Entire screen. Allow. And we're going here. Can you see my screen again?
Yeah, 1 second. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so where did I get inspiration for these buttons? In the Ember, on their methodology, the definitions here on page 9, definitions for everything. While I was learning about what everything means, they had this wonderful diagram here.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, wait a second, why can't I just reproduce this somehow, this diagram? So when somebody, like this is like the lowest level, all the individual ones, then this is the second up level, level 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm only concentrating on the generation side, so I don't need the demand or this net import. So I started with generation. clean, and then renewable. So that's where the idea came for this.
Okay.
Okay. Really cool.
And I had a little trouble. See, this clean bar has nuclear on it. I decided I can't include nuclear in clean. It's just
That's
for
a
me.
moral issue, yeah.
So I just brought it out into its own separate category here. That's all. And I still need to work on a few things. This all generation is not a good. I should change it to be a reset button.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah, that's a good idea.
And I put a note here because what it does is it's not really usable. It includes, see, for instance, clean, plus it includes solar. So it includes the top category plus the other one. So it's not very usable, I don't think.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it should be just a reset button. And then you can drill down. Let's look at fossil fuels for the EU. And you can see how they're going. And the one thing which I found interesting, we look on Figure Friday and we go to the data set, the link that you put here for Ember. And we got solar is the EU's biggest power source the first time ever. Mine shows, let's reset, mine shows wind and solar for the EU. Wind is the highest.
Wait, can you go to the title again of that page?
Yeah.
Solar is the EU's biggest power source for the first time.
Wind.
Yeah,
Wind.
the graph shows that wind is a bigger power source.
So maybe this is for the current month, for July of 2025, maybe. And first of all, I have it limited to 2024 here. If I go to 2025, the default, look, it just goes straight down. But this is deceiving because this is only half a year's worth of data in our data set. So it's not
representative.
So it could continue like this. I don't know.
Oh, that's
So-
interesting. That's definitely a
and so-
discrepancy.
I did TWH and I added a percentage. See if maybe my percentage was off or something. Maybe in percentage shows something different, but it shows the same. If I had time, I would have just put a button TWH percentage to switch over. But so most likely it's only maybe 1 month or this month or something. But this is a longer term time frame. I don't know.
Yeah, it could technically even be like this week. They didn't mention time frame. It could be that this week solar was the biggest ever and surpassed wind, which is actually big news because wind seems like it's always been much more than solar. So even if it's just 1 week where solar is more for the first time, then that's big news.
So that's it, really. I decided to copy this format from their PDF. I thought that was kind of neat,
Really cool.
and reproduce it. So it's easy, just clickable buttons, and they just expand
Really cool.
each way down. There are some issues when you do this. It doesn't quite really work too well in some of them. Wind, solar, hydro energy, bioenergy, renewables. And if I click fossil fuels now, yeah, see, it's got all of those plus the fossil fuels. So
we just have to
So
update the callback probably just a little bit.
yeah, I need to work on it a little bit more.
Because it's probably
that's-
not recognizing that the latest click of the button was whatever fossil fuel, and it's still remembering the renewable button click.
Yeah.
For that,
But that's a little minor. You can work on that.
yeah, it's
but I just
minor.
ran out of time.
But Mike, to give you like a tip, I think it's if you haven't used it, it should be used with the callback context. CTX.
Callback. Okay.
Callback context.
Yeah, you would say from dash import. I think it's import CTX. And,
CTX.
Yeah.
And you
Absolutely.
And
CTX.
you use that in the callback to tell the callback, okay, what
Yeah.
so the callback? Yeah. Oh, you're using. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And one last thing about this, also regarding what Mike said earlier, Pandas does read zips.
Oh.
So I zipped it. It went from 28.8 down to 1.6 megabytes, which is well under the 25 limit.
Great
Excellent.
idea.
Excellent.
So,
Cool.
okay. Let me.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Awesome.
All right, Alex.
Good work, Mikey.
Thanks.
I like it.
Nice work.
And Adam, can you please share? It's possible.
Is it? Wait 1 second. It's not. I
It's good.
I don't have. Oh, you want me to share the screen? Okay, I thought you already shared the
Yes.
screen. 1 second.
No, no. You,
Let me go to your PyCafe. Oops. Okay. Share. Hey, Mark, thanks for joining us. Let me know if you want me to put you up on the stage with all of us here. You can communicate with us through the private chat as well, Mark. All right, share screen. Let's share a window. Share this window. Okay, Alex, this is you. It's load. Okay, Alex, this is it.
well, basically here it's very simple. Very simple dashboard.
Simple, yeah, very simple.
No, well, it's info European energy dashboard that basically I wanted to exactly see the energetic profile along the years, and basically both Mike said, well, I did EDA first and decided to exactly I selected obviously very simple here countries to compare unit measure because here we have I focus in energy variables or you have several energy variables 21 but also I noticed after I did all all the data we have two unit measure TWH and the other one C2
I think it's
so
metric. Could be metric ton of CO2.
could be metric ton, exactly, metric ton CO. And
Mm.
then I decided, well, let's put, if I select one or the others, we can see exactly the contribution. But before doing that, I was missing these two units.
Okay.
And it wasn't a clear, uh, we haven't seen, we didn't see or a really real average.
Yeah.
Well, then I decided to exactly uh, create a radar based on normally to see exactly how selecting the emission or the metric energy variable to see exactly in which country how they contribute and how compare versus each country. Normally, I use three to avoid to crowd the table, the
Yeah.
radar, exactly. And then also, I decided to use three measures. I used the original values to see exactly how, but I see, well, the original value, you have maybe not say uh, wrong lecture, but also you can compare, as I said in the Apple with Apple, for instance. If you want to make you have, I decided to use a normalization, and basically to see an exactly a real comparison.
Comparison.
And here is the result. Also,
What is the
I
Mike Z score?
C score is basically C score is you are measuring the is for standard deviation. How many standard deviations you have? So if you compare both, they are very similar when you normalize and using this. No, basically, to if was a curiosity, let's include this one in order to see exactly what was the result. Also, I wanted to include the key statistics. As usual, I incorporate key statistics to see exactly, for instance, in this case that you selected clean, bioenergy, gas, to see what the country, how the contribution on each country on a country ranking to compare Australia, Belgium, Bosnia. I select in one, I select Ukraine versus, for instance, Denmark to see exactly how they compare and well, so on. Then To complement the data here, I select an time evolution. I face the same problem that Mike when I put together. I see that all the country have too many measures. So I decided, well, let's select one color for country, and here we are going to just with symbol to see exactly, well, one country is the same color and the symbol say you what exactly the metric or the we select the emission that we select how compare. In this case, clean is square and biotherm is circle and the gas is a uh, triangle, something like that,
Yeah.
or rhombo, and compare between each other. And also I selected the from 2016 to 2024 25, the 6 month
Nice.
25. And lately a similarity matrix. I come very fan of this kind of thing because exactly what is the idea of this similarity matrix here is basically to compare how much regarding the emission you select, how many any country is compared to each other, if they are similar or not. In this
Yeah.
case, to see more illustrative, I select a heat map because the heat map is clear with color. You can see
Yeah.
you have the number here, but you can see with the color exactly they are similar or not. And it's basically what I did. And you can select in between 38 countries and compare each one by one and see regard using the C score, using the normalization, or using even the real values, the original value that at the end of the day is the that 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 works. And
But
it's basically
Alex,
what I did.
Alex, what is it when here it says like there's 70% similarity between Belgium and Austria? Similarity between what, the gas emissions and consumption?
Between the no between these three, in this case, between these three emission that you select in
Which
this case.
between these four. Okay.
Exactly. The four in this case, the four. These are energy variables. If you select another one, maybe they if for instance, if you call set original, I'll go down. Um, or you can select another one, for instance, solar, wind, and compare.
Solar.
Solar, a clean
Clean here.
solar. Okay. And here you see a country ranking, score a time on gamification. Like I always like to include to learn for info. Then the key statistic, you see that Australia, why it is the champ in this case, the gold medal, because it's the leader, maximum 6.5
Yeah.
TWH, in average 3.3, and the other in bioenergy and value in gas. So this kind of info that is for me is useful and learn about it. And if you go down the simulating metrics, you will
77.
see in this case, if you select five, they are very similar. But Bosnia Herzegovina, for instance, is very far
From
from
Belgium.
Australia,
From Belgium.
from Belgium, exactly for Belgium. Maybe because of the energy variable you select. The idea here is when I try to include a lot of these variable, the idea is compare is granularity again. Compare one by one and to see exactly what this type of chart can say, and
Yeah.
you can find any patterns. That's the idea.
Very interesting. 2020 before COVID.
Before COVID.
2019 was actually before because COVID started in 2020. 2019. No, there's no information there in 2019. Cool. Wow, I really like this part, Alex. The country ranking.
The country ranking, it is that exactly compare So, for instance, I play around and compare Ukraine versus Denmark, for instance. In obviously Ukraine 2016, 2017, and was by far Denmark compared Ukraine
60. Wait, 2016,
2016,
17.
17. You see the value, eh?
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome.
Great. Very good. Summary cards as well. The control. It almost also it really almost looks like similar design to Plotly Studio apps where you have the controls on top, the
Uh,
summary cards.
well, I started with Plotly Studio, doing Plotly Studio, but I couldn't change something, and then, well, let's move to other, do
Yeah,
another,
very nice.
base. And
Uh,
here is the info. Basically, if you click in here, is an explanation, a small explanation about.
the values. Where did you get this
Mm,
text from? You wrote it?
well, basically, I made the research. I read a lot. I have book and also fine tune with Claude or Gemini to put
Nice.
exactly the same.
Nice, Alex. Yeah, I always appreciate how you educate your users as well.
Mhm.
No, really,
For
because
me to,
not
well,
everybody comes with knowledge within the field of your dashboard, the field of practice, and you
eh,
educate.
well, basically, I do exactly for myself first to understand the data, to understand because I don't know the whole thing that I do. Oh well, let's first a research. Let's make a research, understand the data. Let's see what we can do, and then I make the
Yeah,
dashboard.
good. Any questions from our viewers here? Comments, feedback?
Yeah, it looks great. Looks very good.
Alex,
A lot
you
of
always do
options
a
for
brilliant
choosing.
job.
Hmm?
Your work is very brilliant. I don't have any
Thank you.
comments or questions, but I'm just impressed watching this from here.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of flexibility.
Yeah, I think I forget if there's a way in Dash where you can limit the number
Hmm.
of the height, so it doesn't expand like forever and ever of the drop down itself.
Unlimited
Uh,
selection too.
Alex, do you have a height parameter in that dropdown? Because what I found just an hour ago was that just taking out the field for like maximum height or minimum height, um, and then it just
Mm, no. In this,
using.
no.
Are you using Dash Bootstrap or Mantine or?
Bootstrap. I always use Bootstrap. That's Bootstrap, and I use, for instance, to another, let's say CSS
Mhm.
style and HTML outside the Dash Bootstrap. Normally, the Dash Bootstrap template, Flatly or Joomla or Journal, whatever of them that are 20, 25, and then on top of that, I use some CSS. Normally for shadow, normally for move, normally for this kind of thing that to to make it more attractive or to make it more eye appealing is basically what I normally do.
Cool, Alex. Thank you so much
I
for
found
sharing your
You
app with us. Really appreciate.
thank you for your time, for your question, and for your
Yeah.
patience.
Hopefully, all of you also, when you get a chance, to avoid any Parquet or specific Python library issues on PyCafe, you can just join Plotly Cloud when you have the time. You can put some Dash apps on there as well. Thank you for the submissions and for sharing your apps. I'm going to release the next Figure Friday data set here in a couple of hours. It's going to be about sugar, sugar and
mhm.
candy. Uh,
Ah,
a nice topic to look at. And for our viewers out there on YouTube or LinkedIn, I had a question that I received about somebody who couldn't join, so hopefully they'll join next time. And gas application, how to reach out for energy, oil, and gas applications and projects. Mustafa, I'll answer you afterwards via direct message to get more clarity on the question.
Mhm.
And I think that is it for. I think that's it for this week. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend,
Good seeing
everybody.
you.
Have a nice weekend.
Thanks.
Bye
You
bye.
too.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.